What's going on? What's going on? Getting the bad play. Oh, let's see. Let's see. If you hear me, hopefully you guys hear me. It said I got two of y'all in. Hopefully you hear me good. But what's good, y'all? Your girl checking in, checking in. I'm sorry. I've been kind of feeling a little bit underneath the weather. For a moment, I thought I had caught the COVID, and where is it at? Yeah. If you don't know it, some of the Loves sells the Flow Flex COVID-19 estrogen. It's a little rapid test. You can buy some of the Loves that they selling in the Midwest area or certain parts. Not all of them. But for a minute, y'all, I thought that my ass they caught COVID because everything started tasting funny, and I was feeling a little bit of nauseous and things like that. So, but the test came back negative. So praise God for that. Like I said, I'm not rocking my little wig and like that with my little natural hair today. Um, I ain't been in the South really. We keep my ass up in the North. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to get to little beauty supplies. I know how it go. But now I really did thought, y'all, that my ass had COVID-19. I really, really did. My taste buds was funny. Everything I could taste was funny. Even juice was funny. Um, Even when I ate a Subway sandwich, it was funny. Um, I wasn't having no headaches, and I wasn't vomiting, and I wasn't having no diarrhea. My taste was just so off. My throat was hurting me like crazy. So if you in the Loves, this little test is like $11. Okay, if you can see it, they sell these at the Loves now for like $11.49, and get your little stuff checked out. Okay, especially if you've been moving and shaking in the cold area. I've been back and forth to Iowa, Maine, and PA for the last 3 weeks. So I don't know if you in that kind of area that you kind of prone to catching sick or catching the COVID. Okay, but now, yeah, I'm tired of this reefer thing beating me down. It kind of is a little bit. That's why I don't never think I'll be able to handle no flatbed, step dead, or even better yet, car hauling. Cause these appointments and things like that, and then sometimes how they run you, and it's alright. It ain't all that high. It's alright now. It's alright. I had a decent payday this week, but the next payday ain't gonna be high none whatsoever. Okay, so we go through that over here. Leasing, leasing, leasing is a game to be played, baby. Let's leave it. Leasing is a game to be played. Shout out to KB Smooth and LOM. Recently got in contact with KB Smooth, and recently from the last video, you know, I didn't expect the clash. That wasn't my intention to have a clash happen. You know what I'm saying? But What's up, Sinister? What's up, Nadia? Oh, I'm feeling underneath the weather, Nadia, just a tad bit. I've been taking me some alka for child and mix it with a little bit of lemon inside the thing. But I guess to stay in the cold weather for so damn long, I guess you have no choice but to get damn sick. Um, but yeah, back to what I was saying with the last video. I didn't mean to cause no clash and make nobody get into it. It was nowhere near my intention. But my understanding that both gentlemen squash their problems. So good for that. Good for that. But y'all, I ain't got much to talk about tonight. Just checking in with y'all. I realize I'm going on 4 days. I chop it up with y'all and letting you know how leasing is going. Leasing's alright. Lease is what it is. Lease is a gambling game. Y'all know that. Can't see you ain't doing nothing. Yeah, but you know how people take things sometimes and shape it, messy, and all that kind of mess. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't intent. I just realized that he was doing pretty decent in his lease at Dart, and he's happy at Dart. And I realized that I hadn't talked about him, at least know him. He's been a supporter of this channel for so long, so I figured why not? You know what I'm saying? But you know how some people see things. You know, some people see things a certain kind of way. Oh Lord. Okay. Let me highlight y'all. Hold on. I gotta highlight Nadia. Yeah. Second. Nadia, I have to come and get on your thing. When I try to be on your thing, Nadia, it be like it's like I don't know if it's my phone or not, but like everybody talk over each other. I'm gonna try to get on there again next time you have a panel, and if I'm not having to drive, I'm gonna get on your live feed panel because discussions will do pop off over there. They really, really, really do. It's so diverse. It's so many different opinions about one subject, which is always really, really pretty cool. Um, Let me see. Side, Nadia, RG. Yeah, I was just playing. Yeah, I was giving him a little small little tribute because he's one of the few that really, really enjoy his leasing. Most drivers when they lease a truck, they feel either trapped or they feel like it was a major mistake or they just get in and get out. So it's not a whole lot of drivers they really go the whole mile with their lease truck, or you stick in with their lease truck even a year and above. So I felt like, for the other people that may be interested in leasing that may watch that, there are other people that's having a good experience in leasing these semi trucks. It's not all bad. The other people may tell you. That was really the whole purpose, King Sinister, of everything. I don't feel like going live. What'd you say, Nadia? What's I say? I don't feel like going live. I was like, thank God you going live. Oh Lord, really? People like you more than they like me, Chad. They flock over to your channel more than mine. You better go live. Just don't go live for a little period of time. Make it an hour. Make it 1 hour. And I'll be over there. I was at the park a little bit earlier tonight. Y'all heading over to the Aurora, damn Colorado. And cold ass Colorado. And all them damn steep grades. And all that jazz. And I ain't chaining. I ain't chaining nothing. This truck is only gonna move from 7, 8 in the morning to 5 or 6 p.m. We do no chaining out here. Don't care what they say. Don't care if the chains are on the truck. Your girl's not doing it. Not happening. Okay, just wanna let y'all know. Let me see. Yeah, it's better to have different folk on a panel discussion going on, but sometimes my folk get passionate. Girl, passionate. They get beyond passionate now. They get a little vocal. That's what they do, dog. They a little vocal or they get a little blunt or they be able to tell they child. I think about when I was watching, you kept having to tell somebody watch their tone and all that. I say, Lord have mercy, this fool just stay still. He won't say. And now I was just telling them, keep it PG. We gotta watch our coins and stuff and whatnot over here. I said this man is really just on here to speak his little mind. He need to make his own little channel. Instead of he need to say, child. King KB is making it work for him over there at Dot. Well, he told me, and he left. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That was the whole purpose in putting him on King was, showing there's people that's having a real positive turnover at a mega carrier, um, and really doing their thing. It's only been a few people that can say, um, like Dart and Swift and Prime that I've known of that have finished their entire lease. There ain't too many other companies I can think of that people have finished their entire lease. Um, you know, and really enjoy what they doing and really stuck in for the long haul. So, you know, yeah, he say he's doing good. He say he's feeling good over there, and it looks like he's feeling good over there. He ain't made no shift or not to be nowhere else. So I remember, OMG, it's a chain of situation. Yes, Colorado is one of those type of states, baby. You can mess around and have to change. Yes, ma'am. But just know my ass ain't. My ass ain't getting out there. My ass is not getting out there and chaining a nothing. Chaining nothing the hell up. Yeah, you got to have your chains on the truck. I have chains showing on the truck. You just have to have them on your truck showing by law, by winter season. They will start kicking that shit in by like October. They give your ass a ticket for not having chains visible on your truck or inside your truck, little cubby holes. Make sure that you have them, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, say, oh Lord, oh Lord, now I'm not putting on no damn chains. Okay, now as you know, we got those little sidebar, we got those little different little content on now. I watch this guy on IG page called Morning Juice Box. Y'all know who he is, Morning Juice Box. And he put up a clip showing a dad get upset at his daughter and not want to take her to school. Okay, I'm supposed to play this clip and y'all show me what y'all feel like. Y'all tell me what y'all feel like about this clip. Because I thought it was a little bit questionable.
So, I'm going to talk. Hey, go in the house. Tell your mom to take you to school. I'm not putting up with your attitude. Go. Go.
Okay, I'm gonna play this for y'all again.
I'm gonna talk. Hey, go in the house. Tell your mom to take you to school. I'm not putting up with your attitude. Go. Go.
Okay, y'all, hold on. Now we gonna dissect this. Hold on. Now, if you pay attention to the clip, Now, the young lady did get smart. What I presume to be is her dad, and she has a backpack on. They're walking out to the car, and you see it printed up on the plan, and she said, "Don't talk to me." Right? And she's like, what, 7, 8 years old? She's a kid. You know, you talk back to your mom and your daddy before we all did it. But did you see how he damn handled himself with a child? First of all, you don't ever not take your child to school to get their education because they get smart mouthy with you. That is not an excuse. You have to take your child or your stepdaughter to school. Hear what the hell I'm saying. Look at his whole mannerism was, and go sit there and tell her I'm not putting up with this today. But you gotta put up with it every day, especially your child. You ain't no not putting up with her. What is that? Some people really don't really need children. They really, really, really don't. You may even say that even about me, right? But I just thought the whole clip was a little bit appalling and a little bit damn nerving. And then did you see how he shoved her ass kind of like into the house and then locked the door, and still walked off and left and got in the car and let him go say, "Tell your mama to take you." Like he talking to a damn adult. You feel what I'm saying? I don't blame you, sis. Am I sending you there? Yeah. Um. Okay. Now he's the father. He did nothing wrong. I think he did. I think he did. I don't think you let a child talking back get to you like that. Now her just saying, "Don't talk to me." You understand what I'm saying? And not want to take her to school. You don't be that petty back to no child being an adult man, especially if that is his actual biological child. Now, if it's even if he's a stepfather, I would, if I was the mom, I would get on his ass, not taking her to school still because she got smart mouthy. Let's keep it real. All kids get smart mouthy. You were smart mouthy to your mom and your daddy sometimes when you were coming up and you were in middle school, you in high school. I did. I got into fights and snuck on the phone and got smart back and did one got the phone when I was told to. Did one do my chores. My mama didn't stop doing basic day to day things for me, like cooking, cleaning, making sure I went to school, make sure I had clean clothes on, make sure everything I needed in my backpack before I left. It was none of that. Many days I copped that attitude when she dropped me off at school. They didn't change no part of her agenda for the day. Um, okay. Mother can't say anything about the way he reprimanded her. She was mannish. So you are in total agreement with how he handled himself. I kind of didn't like the damn clip. I kind of didn't like how he handled it. Um, what I think what he should have did for being smart mouth, I think he should not take her to school. I think he should have made her go to school and say, "What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be there to pick you up at 2:30. You're not staying at the school for any after school activities. You're not hanging out with any friends for your smart mouthiness. You're coming straight home. You're not going outside when you come home from school days that you don't know how to talk to me." I'm just saying if it's the stepfather. This is the stepfather. If he's a stepfather. Now shove her back in the house. Like she's a kind of pet puppy. Lock the door and tell your mom, let your mom deal with it. What in the hell is the purpose in having a man in the house if you ain't gonna step up and stand up to the plate and be the man figure in the house? This is wrong. With a lot of our, especially a lot of our black families today, there's no man in the house. You mean you let this child, this 6, 7, 8 year old child, get you totally in your feelings? No, not to me. Not to me. Not to me. I felt like he should have handled this in a totally different way. A totally different again. And it'd be different. She actually cussed him out. She didn't cuss him out. She called him abuse and natures and all that. She said, "Well, don't talk to me." With a bad ass. That's all she said was, "Don't talk to me." Yeah. I've said plenty worse things when I was 7, 8 years old. I said plenty worse things than that. Trust me. I got my ass whooped and the bust out my head for, but I said plenty worse things. But I still took my ass to school. God damn it, ain't none of that shit there. Now take your ass. Cause my family felt like my aunties, my auntie that passed, got rest her soul. I got one auntie that's still living. My mom, my older cousins, they felt like that diploma belongs to them. And if you start getting behind, even in elementary school, they put you behind and getting that diploma. That's how they felt in my family. Now college something you with a diploma, man. That's how it was fulfilled. Tell people, so no, 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 you don't play with that baby education, cause she wants to be smart mouthed. You don't know what she gonna turn out to be. You know she's smart mouthed. Let me see. The mother probably tapped that belt in the house. You think so? I don't know both their asses probably. Knowing my mama, knowing Billie Jean, we both had our asses tapped with the belt. Me and my daddy. And my daddy ever did that shit to me. Cause I get some more milder. So my daddy, he wouldn't buy me no more J's and nothing. That's how he got my ass, but he would took me to school. And then shoved me back in no damn door. And then leave any damn way. He said, I'm gonna leave you to your mama. Then what's the whole presence of a black man? Y'all explain something to me, Nadia and Shan. What is the presence of a man, excuse me, in your house? If you cannot depend on him to really stand up and be in the gap in your household, you gotta when you need him to stand up. Cause this right here let me know that he's not really fully dependable. That's how I feel about this kind of clip. You really cannot really count on this man fully. If things are going too tough, he'll know how to hang in. He'll bail. That's how I feel about it. To get that much caught up in your feelings at an 8-year-old, 7-8-year-old child. His girl's like 10 years old. 10. Nah, I don't get 10 11. I give her like 8. The mother in the house. You need the mothers in the house. No, but I'm dead serious. Like I didn't like this. And I hope a lot of brothers see this clip on the morning juice. Because I did get very, very irritated by watching it because I feel like a lot of our black brothers are so absentee in the house to where this is how kids get bad in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? Because a kid gives you a hard time and you try to give them a hard time right back. That's not necessarily a solution all the time. You know what I'm saying? And obviously she's so freely talking to him so badly the way that she was, saying don't talk to me. I mean the nerve she had to say something like that to him to begin with, whether he's the actual biological father or a stepfather, means there's a lack of disrespect in the house kind of period. You feel what I'm saying? But you be a man and you take control over the household and you get things in order. You don't let it's like the child had more control in this clip. That's how I feel like. And you don't let no 6, 7, 8-year-old, 10-year-old girl or boy damn control you. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really, really. This clip really did kind of anger me. And when my mom watched it, she didn't like it. She felt like she got on his ass and mine. I got my ass whooped and he got cussed out. When I do anything that I need him to do as a man around this house, which is including tending to these kids and making sure their day-to-day needs are met. And dating me admit is an education. You understand? Yeah, I know. I see her little ass is bad. I get that. I understand it, but all kids are. Um, as a man, what other way to discipline her? First of all, instead of just shoving her back into the door like she was a damn puppy, you should have grabbed her by both her arms, looked her dead straight up close in her face like my auntie and my mom would do me, and tell her, young lady, you do not speak to me in that way. I am your elder. Now you say that to me again, and you're gonna have more to worry about than you being late for school this morning. Do you understand what I'm saying? You be the damn adult. It's like it's like she throwing a hissy fit, goddamn it, and he threw a damn hissy fit. Make no damn sense to me. Really, really didn't. That's how you do that. You still put her last to the car, and you still take her last to school. Okay? And my mother is 60, just turned 60 last year. And they don't call her Bill Jean for nothing, child. Okay, but Shape, how you going to say you don't let no child get under your skin? Well, I mean, I get when they teenagers stay, because she's obviously not a teenager. She's obviously, I said the most here, like Nadia says. She's not a full-fledged 16, 17, 18-year old that really could do some real damage at something. She is what, in elementary school. Okay. So when it comes to elementary school, I mean, I was always the oldest of four, so I always had to watch my younger siblings. I was barely able to do my homework, barely able to get any me time in. Sometimes I was barely able to take a shower and eat because I had to come straight from a school bus with a key around my neck, go get my baby sister from the daycare babysitter, and come straight back home. You know what I'm saying? So I know what it feels like to be governing over kids. Majority of their days long. And when Diamond, like my baby sister, was like 6 or 7 years old, she gets my mouthy, be disrespectful, but I didn't stop doing what I know I did do for her daily. You know what I'm saying? If they get kids underneath your skin, they do. Kids underneath your skin, but you don't stop being who you are in a situation, which is the damn adult. You don't take away what you don't need to be done daily. Just like you eat and sleep and piss and shit every day. That has to be done every single day. Same thing with a child. They don't change a little attitude get tossed your way. Uh, I get you, sis, but she was managed. As a mother, you would be able to pop her or whatever you decide, but he is to do what? Like what I said. He ain't got to pop her. You could grab her little behind right by her shoulders and tell her not to talk to him like that and get all in her face. You know what I'm saying? Because as you see, she didn't fight or hit him and scratch him back when he shoved that ass to the door. If you go back and watch it, we're gonna play the clip again in a few seconds. As you can see, so she's not that bad of a wild of a child. Because I've seen some clips, child, on YouTube and on Instagram that show some really, really bad, off the chain, badass kids. Okay, so no, there's several little small ways I feel like he still could handle this. Besides, say just f you, I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? Like she's kind of a dope woman. You feel me? So how would you should have handled it? I already said I would. I'd have grabbed her by her little shoulders. When you have babysit for your nieces and nephews and they cut up, what have you done? See, you have brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews. You've never babysit for any one of them, and you've never gotten their kids under control while they're under your supervision. Would you so you're telling me that you did the same exact thing this man did, just shove her behind right on in the house and lock the door? For them to happen and actually leave. And that's what you saying to me? You would have done the exact same thing. Okay, hold on. She was comfortable with the way she snapped him, so it's not new. Okay, okay. Well, if he is the stepfather, then things need to be addressed with her and the biological mom. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I get it with you moms that have kids, you still want them to have a life and want to be happy and want to have a man in the house. But you have to set boundaries and rules and regulations and respect for yourself, for the man in your life, prospect husband, and the kids. You know, you cannot have your kids run off somebody you really care about. As long as he's not hurting them. I'm talking about like, as long as he's not molesting them and trying to get them to use drugs and all that kind of craziness. And when you talk about that, we just talk about a regular, decent guy that's trying. Okay. And like I said, this ain't the worst clip I've ever seen of a child cut up. So I feel like it's some work that ain't being done in the household altogether. You know what I'm saying? She's disrespectful. She was. She was disrespectful as hell, a little badass.
Hey, sis, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I could. Good,
Okay.
good.
How you doing?
I'm fine, baby.
So I just, cause child, I get to typing and it just listen. I can write a soliloquy. I can put a whole book together down there.
Oh my.
So I just want to say, but see, here's the issue I have with it. The videos. That's a good clip you picked. How many times has this little girl been managed? You see what I'm saying? And for her to be comfortable to
Mhm,
talk to him like that, her mother has to talk to him like that in front of her. She
mhm.
wouldn't be so now hell, I was managed as a kid. I always had a damn answer. But I was smart with mine. You know when your mama turn around, then you mumble or they let you out so you can go to school, that's when you pick up all the cuss words and everything else.
Oh my
You know what
god.
I'm saying? Like we were smart for her to say, "Don't talk to me."
Mhm.
She done been there before already, right? And who
Mm,
knows? He's a man. He's not gonna he shouldn't put his hands on her because how he teaches her how to handle confrontations like that, in a situation between daughter and father, she'll allow a man to hit her later on. So I'm not with that. I don't think any father should be putting his hands on his daughter. But him picking her up, jacking her by her shoulder, oh, you better be happy it was just one shoulder, not two to the door. Like throw your ass through the door. You know what I
mhm,
mean? What if he's had those conversations with her? What if he's had those like how you say, you know what I mean? Now put yourself in those shoes. You don't need to have children to understand common sense. That's all of us. When people always say, "Well, you don't have kids, so you can't talk on this." No, as long as you got common damn sense, you know what it is to raise a damn kid. Just about. So put yourself in that situation. Manage as little girl or boy, whatever, and you
mhm.
taking the kid to school and the kid giving you the hardest time, I can guarantee you yourself will be like, I'm gonna tell your damn father. You know what? Let him take you to school. You don't
Mhm.
dealt with this kid 10 days in a row. You want to elbow him in the throat.
Oh my god.
Just think about it. What would you do? You would say the same thing.
I
I've
don't
been
think I
there
would.
before with my son. Girl, I wanted
Okay.
to do a WWE move on him. I say, you know what? Go to your father.
Mhm,
We do that. Women do it all the time. Go to your father. Oh, they start asking you too many questions. Can I get this? Can I do? But you said this, and you like, go to your father. Or they get crazy outsiders. You like, go to your father. Yeah, you
mhm,
reprimand them and everything, but that's what his role as a father. That's his way of reprimanding her. That's his way of dealing with her.
mhm,
If he can't discipline her that way, with okay, there's consequences. You talk to
mhm,
me crazy, I'm not taking you to school. Go tell your mother because maybe a mama is extremely strict And that's
Mm.
messing up her plan. She got to get to work on time. So he told you to come back in here because you was talking crazy. And you know I have to go to work. I don't have time to drop you off down the road. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe he wanted her to deal with her in that way. I don't know.
A baby child to me, I feel where you coming from. I mean, you're a mom, so you really know more about it in depth. But to me, watching other people's kids like I have, governing other people's kids
Mm-hmm.
for the weekend, things like that, baby,
Mm-hmm.
no. I got into my feelings. She would have got checked. She would
Right,
have got
right.
her ass back to that car, and she would have took her ass to school. But see, me, my ass, I'm a little thrown off around the mental, and I would have had my ass before the bell rings at 3 o'clock to make sure, let it be known that there's no staying at the school with friends. No,
Right,
that's the
right.
way you talk. Oh no, 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 no.
Yeah,
Bringing
I
your ass
agree.
home. You feel
Yeah,
me?
I
And you're
agree.
going to do your homework. There's no outside. There's no phone. There's none of that. You understand what I'm saying? Not
So
that they
let's
being no
guess what? But
sport.
what if now it just dawned on me. What if the mother always takes her to school and he decided to take her that day and she got managed? So he's like, you know what? Let your mother take you.
Well, that
What if
misses
he
the
was
point.
trying to give her a break? What if he, I gotta go to work later so I can take her to school, but then she gets, you know, mouthy with him.
Hmm.
And then what type of relationship they have that she feels comfortable doing that. I was raised with my father. I wouldn't dare. Now I tested my father a whole lot more than my mother because my mother, you're gonna lose some damn skin. You're gonna lose some skin. You might lose a body part, a joint, anything. My father, I can be a little mouthy with him. I could the stuff that I couldn't say to her, I don't want this. No, I'm not. No, I don't want to go here. You didn't have that with my mother. There was no room for that. But my father, you could do that a little bit. But I also knew there was boundaries.
Hmm. Hmm.
So for her to be like that, who knows? It sounds like she's comfortable with it.
Baby, but I mean, she didn't cuss him out. She just said, "Don't talk to me."
That's just as bad. Cause let me tell you, baby, she would have lost so much damn skin. I would have came flying out that damn door like Medea. You hear me? I don't play with kids. So excuse me, anybody in the chat that were in the clouds that's listening. Like some people are all, don't beat children, speak to them. You're gonna lose some damn skin. Come up here.
I don't just speak to children, child. I'll just speak to, you know what I'm saying? I'll lay hands on them. I get in their face, maybe. I'll take something away. Then you don't like your child.
Yeah, yeah. You're
Oh,
right. Maybe he could
it's
have
all
did
kind of
that.
ways to play with a child when they get to misbehaving. But I've seen worse. I've seen like a little white little girl slap her mom in the face, call her a bitch over and over again. I mean,
Listen,
hit her
I
hard, her
seen that.
head
Mm-mm.
back. I was like, Lord have mercy, that little
Then you
girl.
get dizzy in your spirit. Girl, that thing. Listen, I
Ooh,
see stuff like that. I'll be like, Lord, if you just need an extra pair of hands, I'm here for you, lady.
hey, don't touch me. It's other. She was cute little something, little ginger hair. She's cute. She was bad as hell. Bitch, I don't want to do it.
But
And
that
I
comes
don't
from
want to do it.
comfortability.
Baby, her mama don't want to whoop her. I said, oh, the hell I would. Oh, the hell I
See,
would.
yeah,
Child.
yeah. And
Uh,
then kids play on parents. You know that? Like, who's the easier one? See,
mm-hmm.
that man probably give her the world, and he's probably always taken like she probably always talked to him. Most likely she does, and he's like fed up that day. Look, damn it, I'm going to get me some coffee. Go in the house with your mother. Let her take you to work.
Mm,
What if the couple? What if they just had an argument in the bedroom, and now you got to take her to school, and she talking about some "don't talk to me." You don't
child,
know.
a child. I wish you would put up like part 2 or 3 to it, but he
Yeah,
didn't.
because that was kind of, I don't know. I think if I was the mother, I would have, she would have lost some skin because that's just a bit much. I
Yeah.
don't, I see, my thing is, and you know what's funny? My best friend, shout out to my best friend, I love her to death. She is 44 years old and having her first baby. She's pregnant right now.
Oh Lord.
And that girl has no patience for children. You hear me? Like the people that she's always wanted to have children, and God saw fit that she's pregnant now, so I'm happy for her. But I told her, I said every child is different. Every child is different. We might think we have textbook scenarios of, okay, well, he should have took her to school. He should have grabbed her by both shoulders and said this to her and did this or whatever. Every kid is different. Hell,
Mm.
sometimes you want to put your own child in the middle of the street and run them over, pick them back up, dust the shoulders off, run them back over. You know what I mean? Avoid jail time and everything. Listen, all kids are different. You might have a sweet kid, you might have the damn devil.
Well, I wouldn't say kids are devil. Sometimes it's also you have to be you have to talk to them and then be disciplined and then talk to them. It's sometimes a way to talk to them. It's like when I drove school buses, I drove also sometimes for CEP, right?
Right.
CEP is the school where they already have records.
Mm-hmm.
School teachers, they've all been caught with weed on them. They already had sex on the bus. You name it, they pretty much have really done it.
Right.
And I only did it for a few hours. I wouldn't dare do that. I would hurt one of them kids. But sometimes it's also how you talk to them. Because a lot of them kids are like that, or that
Yeah.
they have at home. You understand what I'm saying? So they have to be tough in order to manage and survive. Because nobody's giving a damn what they're doing or what happens to them. So it's also
Mm.
you know what I'm saying, working in a
Yeah.
school. I drove for like almost 6 years. You know what I'm saying? So I know
Oh,
how
you get
school.
to really know those kids too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know
Mm.
the system kind of does it with the kids, and public schools don't give a damn with the kids really no way.
They don't.
On it.
Mm-mm.
So let's get them in, get them out, because every head is money. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's also how you talk to them, how you treat them. Sometimes I'm not always yelling and screaming at them and let it be known that I'm the adult and the boss. You understand what I'm saying? It's also
Not listening and talking to them.
yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now. Yeah. And see, like I said, you don't have to have kids to not understand that. See how you just broke that down. You're right. You're right. I think you're so right, because it comes down to how you speak to them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with this young girl. I mean, obviously she's not the worst,
Mm-hmm.
you know, out. So I felt like he still should handle it better. I still feel like as an adult man, you're the adult in the situation. She is a child. She's gonna give you those days if she cuts up. You know, that's not necessary for you to do what you really should have done. To
Yeah,
me,
that's true. I mean, well, like I said, but what if this is the 20th time? I mean, how
yeah,
much damn talk that shove in the house show that ain't the first time.
yeah,
That's not the first, you know what I mean? That ain't the first time. He wanted to really kick her in the butt. You could,
yeah,
he was really pissed off, but he knew
yeah,
she's a girl.
yeah.
Like, and as far as you said, what would the mother do? Like, you see, that's another thing between parents. I think when one reprimands a child, the other one, when one disciplines a child, the other should not get involved.
Mm,
Behind the scenes, you should talk. I don't like the way you jacked him up. I don't like the way you spoke to her. You grabbed her by the shoulder and you put her in the house. Don't ever, that conversation is behind doors, because we know, as mothers, that's our babies.
yes,
Forget what you heard. That's our children. That's
yes,
mine.
yes. That's why I can
But
imagine
you
that.
don't do it in the pub, and you know what I mean? Because kids know how to play on. Listen, okay, put your damn hands on me if you want. I'm gonna go tell my mother, even if
Yeah,
it's the father.
yeah. But see, I wonder he would do a part two, because I'm wondering how the mother really did feel. I mean, you wouldn't have felt a certain kind of way not if you had a man and he's the stepfather and he did this to your child. You don't feel that this would have irked you just a little bit in watching this clap
No, and
camera.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because, well, hold up. How long have now, you said stepfather? How long they been together? Now, did he raise this little girl since she was 3 months old? You understand what I'm saying? Then that I don't know. I don't think I would have an issue with it. Now, if
Mm,
he just came around last year, oh, listen, I'm about to call Pookie, Ray Ray, and everybody else in my cousin. You about to lose some skin your damn self.
uh-huh.
Like, you ain't gonna put your hands on my kid. Like, I get that, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what he dealt with this little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't agree with the way he see the shoulder thing. Well, she didn't move. Like, how was he supposed to get in the house? But I don't think he.
We're
I'm
gonna
t-
play it again. We're
yeah,
gonna
play
play
it
it
again,
one
because
time.
that show that I didn't
We're gonna play
like that. I didn't like that because he's a
it
man.
one time. Let me play it one time.
So, oh, I'm gonna talk. Hey, Go in the house. Tell your mom to take you to school. I'm not putting up with your attitude. Go. Go.
All right. Now you
Wait,
see how he just hurried up and just whipped her ass on in there.
but you know what? Is the mama even home?
Well,
Is
he
that?
said let your mama take you to school, so obviously she's there.
But she might not be. Maybe you, because he locked the door behind her. So maybe, I mean, I would have, he could have at least yelled in the house, like, listen, you take her home.
Baby, he do nothing.
He just hauled ass.
Did.
Wow.
He did nothing but shove her like
But he said, I'm not dealing with your attitude today.
ass.
So she give him the business. And if that is her father or even stepfather and he's raised her, that behavior is a behavior that he allowed to happen for a long time. So he probably gives her the world. He probably does a lot for her and she just learned how to walk all over him.
Baby.
He could deal with communicating better with her, because that's a lack of communication. I think as a father, he should be able, like you said, he should be able to sit and talk to her, break it down, like, listen, you don't get to talk like this, and you not, like you said, take some things away or whatever. Now, if this is the 10th time, what you doing? Now, as a mother, Shape, this is the 10th time your husband has been outside getting the business from your daughter. What you doing? 10th time.
I'm getting on her. I'm getting on her. You know.
Now, but as a father, what do you want your husband to do? Because, like, don't he got as many rights as you do? That's his child too. He loved that little girl just as much as you do. He wouldn't. It's nothing he wouldn't do in this world for her. So because you're her mother and he's the father, he just sits back and wait for you to discipline her. What's his way out of disciplining her?
Well, no, he don't sit back and wait on you to discipline her if he's there in the house and he's a part of y'all lives. That's what men, you have to step up to the plate, okay? Whether you want to play stepdaddy or you're a real father somewhere, you have to step up. You cannot half step it. You cannot. Some days you want to be bothered, and some days that's what I feel like in the clip. Like he just, you know.
I don't think so. You think sometimes he playing father and sometimes he not from the clip?
I think so, because he didn't yell out to nobody. He didn't say, "Hey," you know.
Right, because who's gonna call for help when it's your child? What, I wish I would call for help when that's my kid. Now, as a man, I think, see, that's the problem. You get to learn boundaries from both parents.
Mm-hmm.
Your first line of communication and learning how to communicate just on a human level is how your parents, or just if you're not able to have both parents in the household, you learn it from the one that's raising you, mother, father, whoever, how she you know communicates with other people. That's how you learn how to communicate with people. So if it's hostile in the house, if I don't know, it just looked like maybe it's more to the story. Maybe they don't get along, or they had an argument. Couples have situations, but as a father, if he, because I'm completely against him putting hands on her, completely against that shit. I don't rock with that, because I think if you show as a father, some men disagree, like, oh no, it's my daughter, I'm gonna do. No. If you put your hands on her, you're teaching her that when she get older and a man put his hands, she gonna correlate that to love, and it's okay. So I don't agree with that. But you got to be able to let him discipline the way he see fit. That was him jacking her ass up, putting her in the house. Tell your mama to take you to school. So then by the time she got in there, I bet you she lost some skin. And she not gonna do that tomorrow. But she knows she can get away with it because you can, I'm speaking from experience as a child. I was raised with both parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said though, you're not gonna play with my mother. You're not my mother. It was no room for questions. It wasn't hell. It wasn't no room for nothing. Okay. My mother was the strictest mother I know. She was strict. You couldn't say nothing about boys. Don't say you saw Tariq down the street. She gonna be like, well, where were you when you saw him? My mother was that type of mother. Okay.
Really?
It's old child. So it was bad. But my father was more lenient. So I was able to talk to him and really have conversations, but I also was able to be a little slick with the mouth. And so he would always direct me back to my mother. That's how I know about, because I did it. I did it. Lose some skin from my mother. I knew not to do that with him again. They didn't do that bicker back and forth with each other. So I knew I can play against him, but not too much, because he's gonna go back to the source.
Maybe that's the way I see things a little bit differently, because I had a dad, right? But my absentee sometimes. So like, he'll come in and be real strong for like 3-4 years, and then he'll be either in jail or doing something else, child.
Right.
Then he'll pop back up and go buy me this and buy me jewelry, buy me little diamond studs or whatever he would do.
Right.
You know, because I was the only child for like 7.5 years.
Okay.
Just spoiled, just a tad bit. You feel me?
Right.
But I wasn't a 100% rock. You understand? So that's why I kind of feel like there is responsibility on the mother for this kind of behavior with with her dad, biological dad or stepdad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think I would accept it to shoving her right in the house. I don't think I still accepted that if you're a stepfather, especially. You're gonna step up to the plate and be around me and my kids. You know, you can't let my child or children intimidate you. You're supposed to be the man of this household. That's what I felt like.
But how can he if he's not able to discipline her the way he see fit? And the way he saw fit wasn't even physically hurting her. It was, let your mother take you to school. I'm not dealing with your attitude today. So then
Baby,
you want to then you're talking about directing his steps and being a father figure. And then a stepfather is a father nonetheless. If he raised those babies or that child since she was small or whatever, why can't he discipline her? And I'm not talking about, now again, no hands, because I don't play them games. I don't think any man should be, nothing should ever get you to the point where you need to put your hands on your daughter. Never. Just the voice alone will get you.
yeah, you have a valid point. You have a valid point. We don't know the backstory. All we have is a small clip to go on.
I hope he does the part 2, like you said.
I hope so. But as much force as it took to shove her little behind and push her little behind that door, same and grabbing her by her little shoulders, looking her dead close up to her face, and let her know she's no adult in this situation, and you don't tell me what not to talk to. Now you get your car and you're going to school.
Right.
I mean, I feel very much where you're coming from. It's all kind of angles to it. You don't know what kind of history goes on with him and this child, and you don't know what happening. He's human too. Also, he could have been going through a lot that day or that night before, and say, you know, if I snap off on this little girl, let me just shove her like ass in the house,
right,
and let's go down a cup of coffee, baby.
Exactly.
Work.
He was over it. You see him looking for the neighbors and stuff. He was looking like, did anybody see me just shove her ass in this house? He was looking. That's that. He gave that look like when you was in a grocery store and your mother said, when we get in this store, you better not ask for nothing else. You better keep your hands to yourself. And you get in there and she give you that stern look and be looking around to see if anybody else looked at you, you know, when she giving you that threatening look, like bust a move. That's the look he gave. He was looking around like, anybody saw that?
Yeah, he did. He did look around the clip. He did look around.
Lord have mercy.
You don't need nobody calling no child protection services, Tony.
Okay, listen, because they will be there.
Baby, let me tell you something. My mama had the child protection service called on her one time for whooping me. So mama didn't play with my ass. You feel what I'm saying?
Mine neither, girl.
I got my ass with extension cords sometimes.
Baby, extension cords. Have you ever listen, extension cords, and you from the South. My family is from the South, but they moved to Jersey. So extension cords, belts, flip-flops, And then if it's real bad, you ever had to take a bath after, you know how that stuff swell on up? Remember that? Child,
Mm-hmm.
felt like slices and dices was all over.
Baby. She whooped me with a stitcher cord kind of too bad, and I had whips all over my arms and legs and back in my
Right.
school. The nurse in my school
And
said
you
she
can't even sit down. Mm-hmm.
the CPS, and my mom had the CPS representative come to my house
Right.
and talk a good game to him. And then when the representative left, they didn't come back and come get us and take us away from her. And I remember when the
Okay.
mama cried, and hugged me and say, you know what, I'm not whooping you with that ever. And she never did. And she
Okay. Okay.
But I still got with the belts and the switches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the child. I'm not gonna use that on my child if
And
I.
you know what though, Shape? You just telling that little piece right there, like being transparent with that story. So it gives some context to the way you will deal with this situation. You would be, yeah, I get it now. I get it. And you know what? Your opinion is valid because I think you're right. Like maybe, if you've dealt with the extreme, and I know that extreme, I know it myself. So you go to another place of just let's talk because a child still is a human being and you're able to have a conversation and understand what's happening. But my question was, how many times did she go through this with him? We don't know. But I completely get what you're saying. Yeah,
Mm,
I complete because it was no room for conversating. It was no room when I was
mm,
coming up. Some things, it could be something as simple as like I just said, boys playing outside and oh, such and such did X, Y, and Z, and she's like, well, where were you when he did X, Y, and Z? And the quickest thing was he was playing around boys. I could never listen. If this one came down the street, I didn't tell my mother. This one was playing across the street, I didn't tell my mother. For whatever reason, she had her reasons why she had me very young. So she projected her fears onto me.
mm,
What you go through as a child, you project your fears onto your children. So meaning, the lack of communication between you and your mother, and if it was like extreme beatings, you're going to project that onto your child. I don't want to have that situation, so I want to be able to talk more. I want to be able to, like, let's work this out so we don't have to go through that situation. And then, or anything, it could be my mother, I guess, my mother had me when she was 18. So to go through everything she's been through, and then I guess dating boys young and everything, she was like, that's not going to be my testimony.
mm.
So it was like I couldn't even mention a damn boy's name down the street. Anybody I saw, if I was trying to tattletale anything, I couldn't do none of that. She projected her fears. So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, baby. I still got whoopings and don't get me wrong. I thank God for the ass whoopings that I caught.
Me too, girl.
Listen now, no get it twist. I think is what killed me a lot of days.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you still can make those kind of decisions and
Right.
still,
Yeah.
but I mean, I may not have biological children myself. I thought about just adopting once I get myself a little more financially inclined.
Mm-hmm.
Adopt
Well, you'll
again.
be a blessing to a baby somewhere. You sure would. You will be a
So
blessing.
my mom was like, my mom already said that she would support me in it. You know what I'm saying?
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you, girl, go for something like 2, 3 years old. Get a baby that's 2, 3, like a toddler. Cause skip the age of when they wake up in the middle of the night, be looking at you like, well, what's good? We eating right now or what? You be like, if you don't go back to sleep,
No, I wouldn't mind a newborn. I wouldn't mind a newborn or an infant.
that's a
You know,
lot of patience.
I ladies, it's another lady put her baby in the microwave. I think child last
What?
lady do it, child. I was like, what in the hell's going on? And then you got the one lady
Oh,
find the black lady that put her kids in the freezer, all three of her kids in the freezer.
yes, I remember that story.
They sentenced her for something last month. I think they added on more of her charges onto her.
Mm.
Remember
Some people
outbursts
don't even need kids, and that's a damn shame.
and yelling and screaming, said she'll do it again. Remember all that? Black woman,
Yeah, I remember. I
black.
remember. Mm,
Um,
mm, mm, mm.
I was like, wow, really? So, but I can't, have no baby. I on the road. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's
Yeah,
the only that's unfortunate about your career. You got to get off the road to be able to, nurture a
yeah,
family the way you want to.
yeah,
I completely get that. But
yeah.
I speak it over your life. I speak it over your life. I pray for you. I pray that you stay safe out there on the road. And when the time is right, honey, we're going to see wedding pictures up here and all that stuff. We're going to see you wobbling down the street with a belly, you know,
Hey, babe,
whatever. Yeah,
we
whatever
got
you.
to do this again. We got to do a Polly part 3, okay? Because Polly
Child,
part
yeah, that Polly story. Listen, that's a good one. That's a good one because I just all I know is if it happened to me, somebody gonna die. I can't do it. Years ago, I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you a little tea. I'll tell you a little tea. So I called
oh my,
myself.
oh my
My
god.
kids were babies. They were babies, and I said, okay. Their father really wanted to do a threesome, and I had to work myself up. I said I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. Right? Because he'd been beating me down about it, like verbally, just talking. Oh, he really wants. And this is my high school sweetheart. We've been together. We actually been together since I was 10.
Mm.
So, I'm like, maybe I'm a cornball. So maybe I should try it. And I just couldn't get the idea out of my head. Like, what if she touched my leg or girl? Listen, I was deep in thought, like, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't, nothing to me. And then I'm territorial. So then don't touch him.
Oh
So
my
what the hell
god.
is she doing then, right? Because I'm like, she better not touch too long, and he better not be touching her too long, because I'm gonna have a damn problem. Now I'm gonna have to kick his ass
God.
out.
How defeats the purpose, Nadia?
Exactly, right, exactly. So I was like, so I worked myself up. I was like, all right, girl, I was in these hills. I was looking like somebody's damn stripper, okay? Sitting in
Oh,
this
Lord.
room. Listen how God works. I was praying so hard. I said, Lord, please just help me get through this. Help me get through this. Help me get through this. The girl wound up not being able to come over.
Mm.
She was coming over to our place. And I said, thank you, God. I said, listen, I agreed to it this time. Never again. Never again. Yeah, my heart was in my chest. It was in my throat.
Wasn't comfortable. He just
I
wasn't
wasn't
comfy.
comfortable. And I was much younger. And see, when you're really, really young, you will do stuff for other people that you're uncomfortable with. You're not even. But I'm much older now, and I would never do anything that I'm not happy with. That's not my calling. That's not my testimony. I don't want I don't have any problems with gay people. I love them. I have a lot of gay people surrounding me. They're all over me in my life.
Mm.
But when it comes to my bed, honey, somebody gonna die. And then two, I'm too territorial for it. So again, somebody gonna die. And I can't do it because somebody gonna die and I'm too small for jail.
But these women, like Passion Jones, I don't know if you have to go follow her or not.
Yeah,
But
I did after you shared it. Yeah.
she went through another explicit interview that I'm going to talk about really, really soon. And she gave
Okay.
that the men do sleep with each other. Ain't that some?
But
So
listen, are you
Buddha
shocked?
was right. Buddha was the one that jumped
But
in. Buddha
sis, without
did.
Buddha, even
So,
without Buddha, are you shocked when you showed that first clip? The side one was he was like one of them, right? And
yeah.
the husband, honey, he flipped his wrist a little too much for me. I saw that when that wrist got to popping. I said, "Oh, baby, when she not around,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot going down."
In a recent podcast, they did sleeping with each
See, exactly. So then they sleep with her. She's the okay. Let's get into it. So they sleeping
other.
with her. She's the influencer, right? Because I know she's making a coin up here, right?
Oh, very, very
So
much.
she's doing meet and greets and all kinds of stuff, and they not there sometimes. Not all the time they can't be there. Honey,
Mm.
they sprawled out, booty butt ball naked in that nice lavish house while she out there maintaining the coin. So why
Baby.
wouldn't you be as a man who likes other men? Wouldn't you be down for that shit? I don't got to pay no bills or nothing like that. I'm living off her dime.
Well, they all said that. Well, I showed a clip, but they all said they all tip in for bills. He does too.
Do you believe that?
I don't know what to believe because I hate she did this now in her marriage with two growing boys. So
See, my
we got
thing
to
is,
talk
yeah,
about.
you did say she has children, right? Mm-mm.
I think one is 9 and one is 7 years old.
And then they're gonna think it's okay to mm.
Hmm.
Okay, you see where I'm going.
But the first poly video got over 1,000 views to it, so thank y'all.
Congratulations.
So we got to get
Hmm.
that pimp off because I've been watching another guy and he's Islamic or thinks he's the stuff, honey. He has 2 wives, 2 actual legal wives, because in Islam you can get married up to 4 times. One man can have wives. If you
And
know about
and here's the thing with that. So because they go back into biblical times and things like that, even in Christianity, this is a different time. People got to stop using that as a means to say, okay, we believe this in Islam or here or there, so we can have all these wives. Now, can you afford them? Hell no.
it.
Can because they took on more wives due to like battles and things like that. So if your husband went out to battle and he died, the lineage continues. So you marry his brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's in all religions. We ain't
Mm-hmm.
in no sand dunes fighting, and you don't need to marry nobody damn brother.
Baby.
You know what I'm saying? Folk living in the hood talking about some 4 or 5 wives. You not living off somebody with their Section 8. I mean, come on, let's get real with it. A lot of them can't afford one. Talking about 4. No, you're getting into your lustful ways. This has nothing to do with religion. This is you lusting. If we real honest, that's how I feel.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if
Baby.
I'm gonna do it, now let's play devil's advocate. Let's say we do this, right? You one of 5 and you got that husband. I'm one of 5 and I got this husband. Baby, he better pay all my bills. You understand me? I want my own house. He better pay it all. I don't want to have to pay for not a damn bag of Skittles. Nothing. Now, how
Baby,
many are able to afford that?
not too many of, but it's one guy that's black on YouTube. I'm gonna find his name and I'm gonna bring his clip up next time we talk about poly living because he's
Okay.
something extremely
Mm,
followers. Yes,
wow.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But I'm gonna get off of here now. I gotta get up, moving.
Okay, sis. All right. Thank you for having
I
me
love
up here.
on. I just absolutely love you. You're absolutely
Yeah,
sweet.
you know I love you too, sis. Listen, I was like, "Ooh, I saw that notification. I said, okay, she going live. I ain't going live.
You should have went live. You
I
should
didn't
have went
feel
live.
like it. I didn't feel like it. You know, so you got to feel like it. And it's getting harder for me because the editing is so hard. I'm not really good with the editing, and it takes me so long. So by the time I'm done, I'm drained. I'm like, I don't feel like it. And then folks start fighting and windmilling. You know how it is.
Don't ever stop it because people really
Yeah.
love it. So just keep
Yeah,
on doing.
I
But the next
will.
time I have a channel, I'm gonna try to get on there again and try to get on there and have a
Okay. All right. Yeah, and vice versa. If you do the other the polyamorous lifestyle, whatever, I'll jump on. You know, listen, as long as you give a link, I'll jump on. Because otherwise, I'll be in that chat with my books. Mm-hmm. But you be safe, okay? Stay warm out
Good
there. I
night,
pray
my
for your
love.
safety.
Good
And
night.
yeah, it's been fun.
Good night, my love. And
All
hopefully
right.
you going live tomorrow. Or you going live on your Sunday
Yep.
coffee?
Yep, I will. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
All right, sis. Okay, love and light.
Good night, baby.